he goes to lips her and he remembers that he's on telly. The roles are reversed. What are you doing about that?
I'm involved, bro. You'll see me start dancing. I'll start coming in with them.
Like, I might have to just box him. I might have to say, me and you have to box now.
Adele, you know what I mean? She did what she had to do.
I really messed with the girl.
Why did you say it like that? Like, are you Simon Cowell? Man said I really met, like, who?
I did it. Listen, why? I rebuke whatever that girl said. Yeah? Give other people the platform. Don't try and take it away from other people. You're not a man if you're not a boss.
Everyone has a role to play on this earth, innit? Even the stigma of working a 9 to 5 year. If you work, you work.
This generation is expected to have everything together like that. Bro, I just want to be happy.
You know when you're at work and people tread the line of it's not racist, but you've offended me. Yeah.
Example.
So this person said, I'm on a Zoom call and 2 of my black colleagues have the same surname. My white colleague thought it was amusing to ask, "Oh, are you two related?" Haha. Until one of them said, "No, but our ancestors probably worked the same plantation." And now everyone was sitting in silence. Yo, do you know how much I would have paid to be in that Zoom call, bro? Do you know how mad that is?
That's just differently mad.
No, but
you can't even fathom that in the moment. I'd have to shut the laptop.
Yeah, nah, but I rate the person that said that in it, because I wouldn't even think of that. I'll just say, "Oh no, we're not related."
Yeah,
that's funny. That's very funny still. What are you saying though?
There, my brother. What are you telling me, man?
I'm calm, man. I'm calm. You're wearing a hat this week. Very interesting.
I didn't actually need to. You saw my trim when I come out. I didn't need to do it.
You did need to.
Don't do that.
But
go on.
It's fine. I was going to say, we don't need to do this.
I was going to say, because I feel like every week now, one of us has just not got a trim. So let's just not address it anymore. Unless it's you.
No, let's not do that. But nah, this week, I've not really been on much, to be fair. What have I done this week? Monday, work. Weekend, Toca Social. We need to go still. Oh no, we did go.
We've been.
We did go. Yeah,
that was good.
It's wavy
but
still.
that kind of vibe can always run, regardless. You know, like there's certain things, top golf, bowling. There are always things that you could do. Lit.
Nah, it was banging.
I saw your golfing skills, by the way. Shocking.
No,
absolutely
don't do that.
No. Your golf is. I wish you could put it on screen right now, but your golf is poor.
Bro, that was
Nah,
decent.
I know you put up the one that you hit. All the rest of them, he was
Ehi
missing.
Was with me that whole time, and I'm telling you, I hit like majority. Like, I'm good. Like, it's not a half-hearted, I might hit every. I'm good in it. Like, we can go, bro.
Calm.
And I know you're not good because you're not really athletic.
Ask
like
anyone
that.
who knows me.
Bro, you're not good at sports.
Top golf king.
Top golf
king.
Is that what it is?
What do you go to? You just go to the driving range, innit?
Yeah.
Have you ever been Top Golf though?
The one where it's different games and that?
No, Top Golf is like, it's a driving range, but they've got massive holes in the course.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's the one I went to yesterday. I didn't know it was called Top Golf though.
So have you got scores like?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, like.
So there's like your names will be on that bowling. Your names will be on the board.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Then what?
I'm telling you that I'm the guy for that.
Okay.
Trust me.
What are you saying though? What have you been up to this week?
What I've been on? Bro, just working this week, man. It's been one of those like, bro. Yesterday. Yeah. I went gym for the first time in like 3 weeks.
Why are you always on and off, man?
I have the flu. I don't have the flu. Then I've got the flu again.
Stop being ill, bro. Sort something out.
But my point is, you know, when you have gym and it's in your life consistently, you make good progress and you're like, I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Flu hits you. Everything's gone, right? You go back to it. You're like, I'm making good progress again. Yeah, I'm getting back to where I was. Flu hits you again.
I think
all the gains slide away again.
I think you need to stop posting when you go gym. You know why?
100%, because it's humbling me.
Yeah, you're showing this. You're so inconsistent.
It's not even just inconsistent, bro. It's actually sad. You see, when I look back at the snaps, I'm like, wow, I was in decent shape. And then I look at myself after flu, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Have you discovered why you keep on getting the flu? Who you keep on coming in contact with and that?
Probably you, bro. I see you the most out of everyone. So
no, you don't.
It's probably you.
You see Horner the most out of everyone, actually.
Yeah, probably.
You do.
But Horner's clean. You see you.
What are you actually trying to get at?
I'm just, you're not clean. Like,
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But no, this week has been, it's been funny. When I was writing what we should talk about,
yeah,
there was a few things that I thought, okay, don't really have like a solid, like I don't want to go too deep into it, But the first thing is the Dave Chappelle situation. Him versus, I don't even necessarily know who it's against. It's the transgender community, right?
From what I understand, yeah.
So he said what he said in his piece, and I think Netflix have backed him and said that they're not going to take the special off or like basically just cancel him in it, because I think they actually invested like millions. I think I heard it was like over 70 million in that one special. I don't know why though.
But why not?
No, but what is costing that much?
Him, Dave Chapelle.
Okay.
When it comes to stand-up, you're talking about the GOAT.
Yeah.
So, like, you're paying for the fact that Dave Chappelle's special is on your platform. So, whenever it comes to something that a stand-up comedian has said, in one of their specials, I'm never really hearing it too tough.
No.
The reason I say that is because they're going to say stuff to garner attention. So anything that he has said, he knows eventually it's going to end up online. People are going to either ridicule him for it, or they're going to say, yeah, big up my man for saying that, blah, 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 whatever. What he actually said, right, I can't remember it verbatim, but when I listened to it and I heard it, have you watched the special?
No, I just watched that bit.
Okay. It's Dave Chappelle, isn't it? What did you expect?
But he boys everyone.
That's my point.
I think he boys everyone. So
nobody is off limits.
Yeah, no one's off limits. There is some stand-up comedians and comedians in general where you can say that they take it too far, or they're talking too much about a particular group of people, yeah. But Chappelle, he genuinely boys everyone.
Yeah, he does.
Like, and it's not like he's not trying to offend. I don't think he tries to offend anyone. Do you know what I mean? Even the thing he said about DaBaby, like, bro, DaBaby could come up to him and be like, why are you outing that I actually shot someone? But it's Dave Chapelle. Like, it's Dave Chapelle. So they just need to, like,
it's not just that it's Dave Chapelle. Like, that's also public knowledge that DaBaby shot someone.
I didn't know until I heard that.
DaBaby, I think he went on Vlad TV, and he was talking about how somebody ran up in his crib and he shot them. I think that was kind of the way.
No, but he said that he shot them in a mall. He shot the person.
Oh, the Walmart thing.
Yeah.
That was also on Vlad, but that was an ongoing thing, so they couldn't really talk about it. DaBaby's a mad guy, bro.
Yeah, bro. Bare cases of just doing mad stuff, bro.
He's a mad guy. But then, do you know what I think it is? You see, when you listen to his raps, I kind of get that from him anyway. I don't
really get anything. I just hear
no, but you like the way he raps. Do you know what I'm saying to you? It's kind of mental. It's erratic.
I feel you.
That's kind of the way I look at DaBaby.
He is a bit nuts.
Bro, fam, I have to talk to you about this one.
What?
Because we was talking about it off camera. I don't watch Strictly. But what he did was crazy. Adam Peaty, I don't even know what he's famous for. Is he a diver? I want to say he's a diver,
no
like
idea.
He's an Olympian or something like that.
Idea. Let me check.
Anyway, he's on Strictly Come Dancing, right? He's finishing off his routine. As he's finishing the routine, him and his partner are face to face. They are close, yeah? So as he brings her up now, to standing up vertically, they're that far apart from each other, yeah? Bro, he goes to lips her, and he remembers that he's on telly.
No, you know why that video is so mad? Because it wasn't even in slow-mo, bro. Like, it's genuinely, like, even from when they were down here, you could tell there was tension.
Yeah.
But to do that on live, and his lips moved forward, bro.
And just so people understand, the reason this is mad is because he has a missus.
He has a
publicly.
missus.
Like, do you get it? Publicly has a missus. Like, I don't even know what I would do if the roles were reversed. I'm sitting in my yard watching Strictly, and
cheering for the person as well.
Girl is out here almost lips in a Donny.
Nah, it's the lip quiver, bro.
He went like,
like, as in, like, bro, you actually picture yourself like, what's going on in practice,
bro?
Like, because they would have practiced that so many times.
100% in the routine in practice, they're lipsing.
But I'm sure I've heard of a few scandals from Strictly though.
Yeah. That breaks up everything. But this is the thing. There's been a few people that have come out and basically said to her, like, don't let this kind of get to you, blah, blah, blah. Realize that this is just people's normal routine of strictly saying, like, all right, cool. What's happening with these two? They look a bit close. Like, everyone always says that shit.
Yeah.
But I ain't never seen that before.
Yeah, that was mad. And I don't know how he's going to bust it. I think he's already busted because this girl is saying that.
Let me just quickly read out what his statement was on his Instagram after. Yeah. Verbatim. We go again. Thank you. That's the first. We go again. Thank you.
Said we go again. Nah, to start it with that is, do you know what that means? Like, that means he actually, it's gone.
Fam, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You basically said we move.
That is
We go
mad.
again. Thank you so much for all of your support. Such relief. To everyone who sees what they want to see, your comments have real life consequences. I will not be lowered or overcome by your gossip. Protect your energy. Great to spend some much needed time with my boy.
Nah, he said bare sayings in that. Man said we go again, protect your energy.
Man.
He was just looking for bare quotes to just put into it.
And the thing is, his missus has basically come out and said, like, nobody say nothing to me.
What can she do?
So from what I'm looking at here, she said, thank you for your think pieces. I'm not sure what that means. But the comment section is now closed. So basically, I'm not hearing it from none of you.
There's nothing she can do though.
No, there's nothing she can do. All right, let me ask you this. The roles are reversed. What are you doing about that?
I am speaking to my partner. Yeah. And then whatever they say from there, it's either I'm now a part of your dance group or you're out.
Or you're
out. Because, bro, you can't tell me that moment happened once because you have to practice so often. Like, and even in my mind, I won't have peace, bro. I'll actually be thinking, like, every time he tilts her back, they're looking in each other's eyes. Nope. I'm involved, bro. You'll see me start dancing. I'll start coming in with them. Nah, I'm not doing it.
What? Judging 4?
Yeah. Nah, I'm there still. What would you do though?
Wow, man. I feel like I would overreact badly.
Yeah.
Like, initially. Then I would probably just be like, you disrespected me.
Yeah.
In front of the nation. 10 million people were watching that.
10 million. You've created a scandal. I wasn't even known, but now I'm known because of this. Nah.
And the thing is, now everyone thinks I'm a side man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It could get locked for that.
Yeah, nah. Come on.
I don't lie. I think it could get locked for that because I will forever be known. Unless I go and punch up my man, I'll forever be known in the side man. Like, I might have to just box him. Like, I might have to say, me and you have to box now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's an extreme. That's an extreme still. You can handle that. You have to handle those situations with composure because if you don't, you're beating up a dancer, bro. Like, them man, you don't want to do that.
I don't know.
That is mad, innit? I don't know how. Is he still in the show? He's still in the show, innit?
Yeah, probably a good routine. I didn't watch the dance, but it looked like it was good. Like,
yeah,
you know
that's brazy. He's calm.
Big
He's
up
calm
her
anyway.
for the fact that she's even like said, do you know what? Cool. Move on. That's basically what she said.
Yeah, for real.
Big her up, man.
Crypto though. Crypto. Are you involved?
I'm not involved. I don't really know enough about it. One, I don't know enough about it. Two, I keep seeing mad stuff with it.
No, but apparently I saw something the other day about how, remember when it crashed like a few months ago, everyone was saying you lost bare money and then people are saying this is why you shouldn't invest. Apparently it doubled. It's doubled recently.
Yeah, but that was always going to happen. Like, peaks and troughs, that's just normal stocks and trades.
But that's just crazy, isn't it?
But that's why people said if you're gonna jump into crypto, the best time to do it is when there's a crash.
Yeah.
Because everything's on the floor. It's the only way is up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't do it because
I don't know if I've got the heart for it, man.
It's not even the heart. I ain't got the dough. Like I don't have the dough.
Yeah.
For crypto, do you get it?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, I feel like if I'm gonna be in it, I might as well just have like loads of my capital in it, so that it's actually doing something. Why am I gonna put £10 on it, or put £20, or even like 2 bills?
You know what I don't get though is more about how people can just create coins. That's something I need to kind of understand that because I've seen a lot of people get finessed or promote things that have now come out and said that it's not real, i.e. this crypto eats thing, yeah. Obviously, Bouncer and Charlie Soft have come out, and a few other influencers on TikTok and stuff have come out and said that it was they got scammed as well. They were only asked to promote the business, the service itself, yeah. And then obviously people bought the coin and thought that it was going to be something serious. They finessed all those people. But what's mad about it, and what I find mad, is the extent that those finessers went, bro. Fair. Like they sent them cards. They had an event. Bro. They paid them, like they had an actual company website and everything to make sure that it looked leg, and then they just finessed everyone. And I'm thinking, at what extent do they say, okay, we've made enough, let's cut out?
Do you know what it reminded me of a little bit? And there's very different. I'll explain the differences, but Fire Festival. The reason it reminded me of that is because Fire Festival was crazy, bro. Yeah. Like the amount of money that people lost from that was mad. But the reason that I would actually say that is different is that I firmly believe Fire Festival actually intended to go ahead at some stage. These lot, I don't even think they intended for it to be a thing. Yeah. They just knew what they was doing. They just said, I'm going to yak everyone's money. Everyone's dough was getting techware. And the problem with that is, you end up putting yourself in a situation now where with Fire Festival, with the legalities and stuff, I'd assume that they can probably say, oh no, but we actually intended it, and you could see from the planning and da-da-da, you get me? With them lot, like, I don't know how they're going to be able to spin it.
But there's no one to spin it on. They've just been finessed. Like, the website is gone. No one, I'm not here anymore. Like, it's like a hacker, bro. Like, that's why it's crazy, because that's what I'm saying. One of the TikTok influencers showed, like, the cars that they sent them. Like, they went to a deep level of legitimacy to prove that they're real, and then they just I think that person needs to come out, just because it's kind of
mad story, bro.
It's a mad story, but I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why I think crypto and all the coin stuff is interesting, because I swear I'm Just Bait has got a coin as well.
Yeah, it's called Baitcoin or something.
But
like that.
So what does it mean? You buy the coin, and it just goes up and down?
It's an e-currency, isn't it? So it's basically like, it's exactly the same as an Ethereum or as a Bitcoin, or from what I understand.
How does it value? Like, what does it value? How do you value it?
From my understanding, and again, the reason I say from my understanding is because it's very limited. I don't know a lot about crypto, but if you can spend like the actual cryptocurrency on real life things, then obviously the value is going to increase. Yeah, because you can actually use it. Part of the reason why Bitcoin had kind of skyrocketed a little bit was because of Elon Musk and the fact that he'd made Teslas available to buy through Bitcoin. Also, Bitcoin is slightly different to a few other cryptocurrencies in the fact that there's only a limited amount of Bitcoin that you can even mine. So I think for like Dogecoin, for example, is unlimited. Yeah, you can get as much Dogecoin as you want. It's never gonna like deplete. Yeah, whereas with Bitcoin, you mine it and eventually it will be extinguished, and that's it. There's no more. But that won't happen in our lifetime, from what I understand.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. I have no. I've tried to get involved in it to try to understand it, but it's just too much.
Bro, it's the same as NFTs. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But the people who do understand it are chopping.
Yeah.
Like, there was one brother we spoke to at Strawberries and Cream. Yeah. Up. Did you speak to him?
No.
Bro, you was too waved.
Oh, no, I did. Yeah. I did.
You did, yeah.
I took his card as well, bro.
Bro?
Just found out randomly in the morning.
He has a machine. He has a machine that mines the Bitcoin, innit? And again, the amount that it takes to actually mine the Bitcoin is the amount that it's worth. So God knows how much he's spending, but he's making, like, bruv, you see crypto, if you got in it early, you are good.
Yeah, but they've had to take, because I know people that are in it. The L's that I know man them have taken,
yeah.
I don't know if I've got the heart.
Bro,
I don't know if I've got the heart. I will be in tears. Once I see the stock drop and my P's go, and you even, like, you got to go back to that. Like, it's like, you have to prepare yourself. I said, nah.
But some people never actually had the P's. Does that make sense? So what I mean by that is they might have put dough in. the P's have increased bare. They've never taken that P out, so they never actually had it. But then the P's gone down because it's decreased in value. So it's money never actually had. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still heart-wrenching. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know. I ain't got the heart for that.
No,
Yeah?
no way.
Too much cardiac arrest.
Real talk.
It's not involved, bro.
The music scene though is going through an interesting phase. Adele,
Very.
you know what I mean? She did what she had to do.
Breaking records.
Did you listen to the tune?
I liked it.
I really like Adele,
I liked
man.
it.
I like her whole package.
I really mess with the girl. She's cool.
Why did you say it like that?
Because I mess with her. Like, you know, like that.
But I messed with the
I
girl.
was
Are
gonna
you
say
Simon
fuck with her,
Cowell?
but I didn't want to swear. I've
No,
just
but
done it
are you
anyway.
Simon Cowell? Man said I really met like who.
I did it. Listen, why have you got to do that, innit? Like, why have you got to do
You
that?
even looked at me like I was her, like I was gonna get happy, like oh my gosh.
You're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. Yeah, the tune's bad though.
Hard.
Yeah, she's cold. But then I feel like, genuinely, she could be the biggest artist.
Ever.
Like, by the time it's all is said and done with her, she's that kind of woman that maybe when we're 50, 60, we'll look back and be like, you know, like we was there.
When seeing her come up and
Do you know what I'm saying?
But she's not got a feature. Ever.
Do you know how
Correct
mad
me
that
if
is?
we're wrong. But I saw it online and I don't think she's ever had a feature. Or
That is
if you know
crazy.
of any song with a feature of Adele or bro.
That is crazy, bro. Do you know what? I can see you being the kind of guy. You're the kind of guy who sings her in the shower, innit? I know it.
Nah.
Don't
I think
chat-
no, you know why I'm not? But her songs are too painful, man. You can't listen to that
So
in
it
the
really
morning.
hurts you.
Yeah, nah, you can't listen to that in the morning. What you want me to listen to Adele? Ah, no, nah. Fam, are you mad? Even singing that little bit, I just got a little teary eye in that. Her songs. If you're feeling like you want to just be in an emotional place,
You set fire to the rain and that.
yeah, Adele's good for you in it. But I can't listen to her on the normal. I listened to her when I was like in between like Afro beats. Because I wanted to go in,
Adele,
and then I came back because she's really good at what she does. Like she knows how to kind of tell her story, like the pain of her story.
Emotive music,
like,
bro.
and it's so. I don't know of anyone that is that consistent with that type of music.
No, there's a lot.
Who?
Like, in terms of the way that, do you mean emotional music?
No. I get it.
How do you mean?
Like, it's like, you know when people take a hiatus, like she's done a few times.
Yeah.
And they come back.
You mean in terms of they can have just consistent attention? Like,
but as in, it's not for no reason. It's not like a Drake. He will take a few years out and like, you know, Adele, you've even seen what she's gone through, a divorce, gun fingers in the airport and all that stuff, and then she's coming back now and she's laying it all out and she's saying, I'ma lay it all out. And then when you hear the song, it's like, raw, you laid it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's hard. When's her album coming out? End of the month?
I actually don't
November.
know. I feel like that's just gonna break everything.
Yeah, I'm not ready, man.
Everything's gonna break from that, you know.
Yeah, she's gonna break all the records.
Like the records that she set off that one song from, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was the most streamed song in the UK of all time.
In a day.
And in a day.
Yeah.
And also the most streamed song ever.
Really?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. In the comments, let us know. But I saw it on, I can't remember what page it was, but somebody said that this is the most streamed ever song in a day.
That's mad.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, that's mad. She's definitely, but you know why she gets more ratings? Because she's so normal, bro. Like you listen to her doing interviews and that. Like she could sit here and she'll be chilling with the man, them talking like
Normal.
and like just normal. I like when people are like, you can like she could
Bro,
buy out everyone in it, but
Bro.
she's just a normal person. That's why
Yeah.
Adele, you ever want to come on the pod? Hey, shout
She's
me.
definitely watching right now.
Yeah, come on. Kanye just got a quick one. Changed his name to Ye officially.
See him and Diddy. What's wrong with them?
I think Ye, I call him Ye now because obviously that's what his name is. But I actually think he's constantly going through, I don't know if crisis is the right word, but he seems like the type of man that just wants to constantly evolve.
Chaos, bro.
Like, and it's just
It's too chaotic. It's too chaotic.
Is that a bad thing though?
No.
Because
but
he's staying at the top, bro. He's become a billionaire doing that.
100%. I just want to know if he's happy.
That's a very interesting thing.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. I look at all of these artists and what it is that they've got going for them and everything that they have in their bank account or at their disposal. Are you happy though? That's the real question. It kind of ties a little bit into what we're going to talk about later on. With the success and what do you deem successful and being a boss and whatever. But for me, okay, so you've got a bill in the bank account. Yeah. You are widely recognized as a genius. You're also widely recognized as one of the pioneers for the sound that you created.
Yeah, facts.
Cool. That's all well and good. But I don't think he would behave the way that he does if he felt stable. Do you know what I mean?
But that might also be the problem of being that big. Like, you always feel like you're under threat.
Yeah.
Like, you always feel like, if I don't evolve or if I don't do this or don't do that, then I'm going backwards. Do you know what I mean? But it depends on your mindset, because he's always been that type. I'm actually interested to know if the problems that he said that he has, like bipolar and like how much it actually affects him on a day to day, and that, because obviously that's a real life issue. And if this is a part of it, then we're out of order for talking about it. But it does seem like there's always that constant, like, I need to do something to just outlandish. Like, you're always seeing Kanye. I think the other day he was walking around with that white mask on with them boots, and it's just like, is this very odd? You know what I mean?
Do you know what? Genuinely, I don't think there are any normal geniuses.
Yeah.
So for us to even try and pigeonhole him into being a normal citizen is wrong.
Yeah.
He's never going to be a normal guy. Yeah. There's nobody that talented who could be normal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
If anything, it's interesting that he's showing us these sides of him, because like you said, there's a lot of geniuses like Jay-Z and all that.
Yeah.
We don't really necessarily see.
If anyone thinks that Jay-Z has a normal life, you're wrong. Yeah. There is no
his
one.
Hair.
Bro.
Look at you. Like, that just shows that he's just on something else, bro.
And I hear it. Like, just do you. At that stage, really, who do you care about?
Yeah.
Whose opinion do you care about other than your kids and your wife?
I wonder what it feels like to be at that level. But yeah, no, we'll go into that. Later.
Yeah.
But there was another thing that happened, actually. Julie got a new show on GM. Good
Big
Morning
up.
Britain.
Julie Adenuga.
Yeah, no, she's so wavy. Like, she's one of the first people that I spoke to about being in this industry.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like, I was on an extra shoot for Apple, and she was presenting, like, talking to one of the artists or something.
Yeah.
And I was just an extra, be like the ones where you have to make noise and all of that stuff. They tell you when to cheer and that. And I was like, I was getting into that field, and I didn't have any idea of how to get into presenting. All I knew is that I wanted to be like Reggie Yates. I wanted to present. I wanted to create content. Yeah. So I saw her in that shoot as like an opportunity. Yeah. To, like, I need to speak to her. I remember I was talking to one of the guys, and I was like, I just need to do something. Like, just ask her. Then I went over to her, and she was like, had a normal conversation. I told her, I want to get into this, and spoke about how she got into it and all of that stuff, saying that she enjoys it. She was like, take my email.
Swear.
Yeah, took her. I was shocked, bro, because I was like, you don't
Julie Adenuga.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, innit? Yeah, like, you could just say, like, hit me up and probably won't respond, type of thing. But yeah, like, she gave me an email. I can't remember if I emailed her. That's the problem.
That's poor.
Yeah, no, it is poor. But you know why I think I didn't? Because I had nothing to, like, I was so confused at that point in a sense of what I was trying to do. Like, I wanted to act, but I wanted to present. I just wanted to entertain. Like, so even in that sense, like, I was just didn't know what direction to go in. But I thought that was really nice of her to, like,
100%.
even speak to, man. So when I see her doing all the interviews, like the red carpets and that, like, she's a character that I think a lot of people that are even in this space, bro, just like look at her and see how comfortable she is, bro.
It's crazy. Just that whole family is just
wavy,
ridiculously talented. It's stupid. But, like, I like the fact that you brought that up, because she was one of the names that was mentioned in a tweet that was put out.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I don't know.
Let me
do you know what? Read the tweet out, because it was kind of mad to me. But
it says, when we going to get new personalities, I'm tired of Philly, Trunks, Nella, Rose, Mike's Comedy, Darkest Man, Maya Jama, Harry Panero, Chucky Online, ZZ Mills, Julie Adenuga faces on every show. In the whole UK island we live on, is that all we've got to work with? Recycled vibes.
I can't lie to you. Every name that was mentioned in that list worked hard to be established and recognized. So I rebuke whatever that girl said. Yeah, I rebuke it.
Yeah.
So, and that's not even to say that she's not allowed an opinion. By all means, if you're tired of them people, then go find some other content to consume, innit? But those people are actually cold at what they do. Do you get it?
No, but even at that, even if you don't think that they're cold at what they do, you can say that you want new faces without bringing these people up, because it's almost like diminishing what they're doing, and also saying that, like, forgetting that these lot are actually like breaking down doors. Like, there's a lot of content that they're doing now with brands that would have never even been open to use us, but because these people have now allowed us to kind of be seen as cool part of the culture.
Booting down doors. Yeah,
like
genuinely.
But I also do see the other side, and it's not. I don't think it's a negative, but I think she should have articulated it better. Like, if anything, it's not on the people that you're talking about. It's on the people that are producing that content. Or because you can say, "Oh, I've seen." You mentioned 6 or 10 people that you've seen that you think their personalities are great and all of that.
100%.
That should get a light shine on them.
Give other people the platform. Don't try and take it away from other people.
Yeah,
because what you're basically saying is, can we replace everyone else that is already in place?
Yeah,
that's weird to me. That's almost like saying, let's say you've got a starting 11 of a football team. I'm tired of seeing them every week. Let's get rid of all of them. And get new people in. The new starting 11. Are you trying to take the piss?
Yeah,
it don't work like that.
Yeah,
like you need to have. And also, if you have a problem with those people, it's like you say, come with alternatives. At the people that you think are great and need a light shine on them. Don't at the people who are already in place. Or at Foot Asylum, say, at Foot Asylum, I've clocked so and so, they're cold. I think you should get them on this season of this Does the Shoe Fit? Or at Sports Direct, or at whoever it is, at somebody who is a content creator and is giving people a platform to go showcase their personality. It makes no sense to say, these people are like recycled.
That's the thing. You're consuming the content, so that's what just doesn't make sense to me. You're consuming that content, so that, like, do you know how many YouTubers and content creators there are? Like, you could just not watch that content. Like, you could literally just say,
bro.
You could just say, you know what, I'm tired of this. Let me go and watch something else. If you can't find it, then ask, like, Twitter, what can I watch with new personalities? Because I need that. But I think some people, like we always say on this pod, they always think that their opinions are just...
Oh, my days.
And it's just like, you just don't need to think this. And even if you do, don't tell anyone. Because she got ripped to shreds. Good. I don't even know if it's a she or he, but they got ripped to shreds. Good. And it was like, bro, like, you just look like a hater. You sound like a hater. And it's like, you do. And you might not have meant it that way, because I almost know people, even in this space, that can say, I would love an opportunity if I had more eyes on me and all of that stuff. And you're allowed to think that. But the biggest thing is, once it turns into that hate and it turns into why them, not me, that's when it turns toxic. And that's when it's like, you need to remember we're all in this together.
100%. And this is the other thing that I wanted to touch on, which is like, what you're basically saying by saying that you think that those people should kind of cut and somebody else should be brought in. What you're essentially saying is that we all can't coexist and succeed at the same time, which is mad. This is the one thing that, unfortunately, black people have kind of carried through on everything.
It's not our fault, though.
It's not, whether it's our fault or not, it's not that it doesn't matter, but we have to address it because we've been made to feel as if one person can cut through. Out of you 100 people, one will make it. Out of you 5,000 people, 10 will make it. So it's like, if we as a people don't try and make a scenario or a scene where everybody is welcome, then it's gonna always be toxic. Because everybody's always gonna be thinking, shit, I've got to look over my shoulder, because other people eventually are gonna call for my head.
But that's having to address like a whole mindset that's been created, like I said, not from us. Like, we've had to step into these places and break down doors and do the most to get equal opportunities with people that can just walk in because they knew their uncle was a producer or whatever. So I see one side of it, and sometimes you even need to take a step back, like in this space, and be like, bro, like if you don't really teach yourself to have a mindset of what's for me is for everyone, or whatever opportunity I get is for the next person coming up, that's when you're in trouble. And I think, like you said, it's a training thing, but it's dependent on if people are willing to train themselves. Because some people, even in the industry, if they've been working for years to get a certain opportunity and they get that, and then next week or so they say, oh, we want to get another person in, so do you know anyone? And they're like, don't want to bring no one in because I worked so hard to get that. Do you know what I mean? And it's like that mindset in itself, like we said, is toxic, but I can almost see why.
It's never that I can't see why. It's always that I'm always like, okay, put it like this. The universe is always going to reward you for being a good person. So if somebody comes to me and says, do you have anybody that you would recommend for this? I'm going to say, do you know what? I can't lie to you. I think I'd be cold at doing that. But also, I've worked with this person, or I've worked with that person, or this and that. Like, I'm never not going to give people that I think are cold the opportunity to go and do something, just because I think that I could also do it. I'm always going to back myself. But at the same time, we can all win.
No, it is. I think that in itself, when I saw that tweet, I was interested because I could see both sides, but I was just like, it doesn't have to. You don't have to put it across that way.
It's the names that she used as well. It's like Philly. Come on, bro.
Branded. Free
Chunks.
work.
Come on, bro.
Like, the people don't understand the work people have put in to get to those positions.
And do you know what it is? It's like, even the females that she mentioned, Nella, do you know how much scrutiny that girl's come under? Like, she's been out here for years trying to build her thing. She's had to contest with people saying, oh, she's dead. She's butters and this and that, and like, people always slewing her. Like, she's had to contest with that. Zizi, the same thing. She had to contest with that. Julie Adenuga's been in this thing for years. But these are the people that you wanted to essentially call out. Found it weird still.
No, very strange still.
I found it weird.
Very strange. But like we always say, just positivity breeds happiness. Just be positive. Be positive for people. I know it's hard, like I said, in London, very toxic and all that stuff. But bro, you're happier. You have better energy. It's 100%. Just easier to move. But I think this goes on to the next topic quite well, because I saw there was a video of a guy. Yeah. He was basically talking. It was a podcast. I can't remember what podcast it was.
Lin May basically had a thing. I can't remember what the name of the show is.
Yeah, but she was talking to someone that's a millionaire. Yeah. Or deals with
worth like 40 M's or something crazy like that.
And the conversation was around being a boss, and what it means, and whether working under someone is a big deal or how you view these things. And it's interesting because when I was younger, and I think everyone almost has that idea of like owning stuff, and being like in charge, being the head and all of that stuff. So when I was younger, I used to sell in school and all of that stuff.
You used to what?
Sell in school.
What did you sell?
I used to sell cookies. Okay. Shout out the cookie collectors. From my school, bro. I was a pioneer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sold to teachers. I was chopping in summer.
To teachers. Yeah, that's
in the
illegal,
summer.
But fair enough.
It was illegal. In the summer, I used to sell ice poles as well. Used to buy 10 ice poles for £1 and sell them for £1 each, bro.
Entrepreneur from young.
£9 profit. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Come on.
Entrepreneur from young, man. I hear it.
But
I was the one that used to take those people's stuff. Yeah.
You don't strike me as that guy. You was the one that was buying like 5 cookies.
I can't laugh at it. You're not funny, man.
That was good. That was a good one. But no, from that, I used to think to myself, you know what? When I'm older, I'm going to have people working for man. I'm going to be a businessman. Yeah. Have your parents in your ear saying, you know how to make money. When you're older, you're all of this. I was like, okay, so I'm going to be a businessman. Getting older, didn't go that way. Didn't really like business studies. Do you know what I mean?
Did you do business?
Yeah, I did business in A-level. I didn't enjoy it like that. I don't like numbers and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. But it's interesting because as I got older, my idea of being a boss changed, innit? Like, it wasn't just down to me working independently or working like having my own business or working for other people. It was more a mindset, man.
Yeah.
Like, and what he was saying, because that guy that was talking about in that video, he was saying how there's a stigma of working under people and being employed by someone.
Yeah.
And I think he said that he's always worked for someone.
Do you know what? It goes back to, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like a famous interview on Breakfast Club with Dame Dash. And he has like a big argument with DJ Envy. And he's talking about, you're not a man if you're not a boss. Have you seen that? You haven't seen that?
Nah.
Bro, it's famous. Like, I'll tell you to go watch it. It's a proper interesting conversation because you've got it from both sides.
Yeah.
Right there, you've got a guy who was the guy at Rockefeller. Then you've got DJ Envy, who's made a lot of money through the Breakfast Club, but has a boss. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So they're going back and forth, and Dame Dash is saying, how can you say you're a man when some other man can tell you what to do?
Nah, see, that's extreme.
It's very extreme.
That is extreme.
But some people really do think like
believe
that.
Yeah,
and also believe that you're not a guy. Like, you're not a guy if somebody can tell you, be here at this time or you're losing everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and as much as I kind of hear what Dame Dash was trying to say, what he's basically trying to say is, own your thing, innit? Own what you have. And whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever your hustle is, don't do it for somebody else if you can do it for yourself. But there's a way to say that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100.
It's interesting to me. Everyone has always kind of, in fact, let me not say always, because I feel like social media has played a big part in this, and that's only something that's been relevant in the past 10 or so years, yeah? So since social media has come about, there's been a massive, almost incentive that's put on people to go and start your own thing. But when you're not built like that, that's fine. If you're not built like that to go and start your own thing, that doesn't mean you're any less of a man or any less of a provider or any less of anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because of the fact that there's such a pressure put on people to be their own person and to have their life together by 18 years old. Do you know what I mean? So listening to him speak was mad interesting because I would love to hear what Dame Dash has to say to him.
Yeah. Word.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why I think it's funny because, like you said, there's like when you have that stigma of what a boss is, or just owning your own stuff. Like you said, our generation, I've not seen it like to this extent. I don't think I've seen it, maybe because I was young, but nowadays, like, bro, people start anything. Like, start businesses without business plan, start anything without without putting in the real groundwork to for what it takes, even if it's dependent on what it is, and some plans are different to others. But I always find it interesting when things start up and then it stops for a bit and it's just gone now. Like, even myself, for example, like, there's things that I've done in uni that have stopped now, and it's like, I thought that I'd be doing that for years. I thought I'd be making money from that for years, but it's like, the time, it didn't make sense and all of that stuff. But there's not, like you said, there's nothing wrong with that because everyone has a role to play on this earth, innit? Like, everyone has a purpose to play. Not everyone can be a manager. No. Not everyone can be doing, even the stigma of working a 9 to 5, bro. I think that is probably one of the dumbest things that I feel dumb for thinking that it is something that I should run away from. Because if you work, you work.
It's not just that. It's also dependent on your industry. Like, in certain industries, it's probably slightly easier to branch out, right? But then people are almost made to feel inadequate by the fact that they work in an office. You know, like, people say, pencil pushers or office workers, 9 to 5ers. Like, it's almost like you're not rated simply because you've got a job. I find that so mad. Remember when Steph London had that video?
London.
Steph London.
It's London. Like,
it's not. It's Steph London, bro.
Okay, sorry.
Do you know why it's Steph London?
Because there's Don at the end, isn't it?
No, because do you know the Teflon Don? No. See, you don't even understand the reference.
Sorry.
John Gotti.
Okay,
do your research.
Okay,
Steph London.
It just sounded funny.
Don't try me.
Okay.
She tried it. Anyway, the reason I had an issue with what she said in that video all the way back. Do you remember the video I mean? She basically said, "Oh, I can never be me doing a 9 to 5 or something crazy like that."
Yeah.
Like, you're actually shitting on your audience. You're shitting on the people that are buying your music. Do you know what I mean? I found it so weird.
Yeah, and that's why she doesn't get. She's always still got that over her head because people haven't forgot that.
How could you though? It's such a weird thing to say. Like, it's so unnecessary.
But I just think a 9 to 5 is just not. I just think the stigma of a 9 to 5 isn't real, because if it's not a 9 to 5, you're doing a 10 to 6 or 10 to 3 or 11 to 8 whatever it is you're working. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's not like, you become a boss and then you suddenly stop working. Even if you work on your own time, you're still working.
Yeah.
Like, and it could be 7 to 7. Like, most of the entrepreneurs or even biggest business owners or even medium, small, whatever, they put in hours, bro. And it's not just a 9 to 5 thing. It's like, it's really like what it is. Like, you got to put in, and not everyone's made for that. Like, I even know to a certain extent what I'm capable of doing in it. Like, I always used to think I was either gonna do what I love or what I'm good at. Yeah. Lucky I'm doing both. I'm doing both.
What are you good at?
Let me land. That was a real moment for me. You didn't want to let me land. I'm wheeling that up.
Wheel it.
I was told that I see. I can't even do it properly now. It's either I do what I'm good at, or what I love. Yeah. Luckily, I'm good. It's both in it. Yeah. So even to that extent, even doing a pod like this, like, for example, I'd say that, like, I had to boss up because I had to.
I know you're about to say something so silly, and it's cool. Say it.
I had to, pattern you and make sure. I had to make sure. No, but even something like this, for example, we actually, like, obviously working is a bit different, but when you do something of your own accord.
I knew where you was going. Like, fam, this is how I've been. I spent too much time around you, bro. From the start of the sentence, I was like, I know where he's going, fam.
No, but even both of us, because we've had to put in, like, a fair amount of work to, like, get this going and stuff like that. Yeah, bro. Like, there was a point where I didn't even know about cameras, like, and all of these things, and I would have never thought that I would have been able to create content by myself or do it. And it's like, once you get to those places, like, okay, cool, leveling up, and then I know for me, I almost know what I will look like in the future when I'm at a place where, it's not like I'll be a CEO of some sort, but I'll know where my mind's at in terms of the work that I'm doing, what it brings in, what I can do for others. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what it is. Like, it's more of a mindset for me.
Bro, it's also like, some people's circumstances don't allow for them to be in that mindset. Like, some people are in survival mode constantly. There's some single mums out there with 4 children. Do you think they have the time in their head to think, how am I going to be a boss? No, they're searching for how they can put bread on the table. Not thinking about what business, what can I start up. They're thinking, how am I going to put food in these 4 youths' mouths? And that's it. Their circumstances don't allow for that mindset. Like, do you get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, 100.
Not, and that's not to say that single mums can't be bosses. I'm not saying that at all. Big up my mum. Like, it's more about some people just aren't built in that way, and that is fine.
That is fine.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but for some reason, and again, this kind of goes to something I was speaking about to one of my friends the other day. Like, this generation is expected to have everything together like that.
Now,
like, you have to have your life together, or that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, people look at 25 as being, if I ain't patterned by 25, that's it. Life don't start until you're flipping 40 years old. Like, it's crazy.
But I feel like you only deep those stuff when you get there, because when you're like, and it's so deep because people will tell you when you're younger, trust me, like, I'll tell people that I know that are younger, like, just enjoy your youth, because when you get to this age. But people were saying that to me and I didn't listen. Right. I didn't listen because I just didn't want to listen.
But people say that to us at our age.
Now, so I'm all saying, I'm getting old, man. I need to be patterned. I need to do this. And then they're like, you haven't even started life. You're literally just getting started. And that's why it's like, I want to be able to have a mindset of knowing like these things there, not letting it trigger me to that extent when people say, oh, you need to have a yard, you need to have you need to have this car, you need to make sure that your friends are patterned, your family's patterned. If you're not paying this bill, then who are you? All of these things, it's just like, bro, this isn't a movie. Not everyone's storyline is the same.
Real talk.
Like, something that affects me at the beginning of the year wouldn't have affected you. So the way where I am now is completely different.
1,000,000%. And everybody's version of their own success is determined by them. Like, some people's version of success is, I don't know, to be in the best shape of their life. That's their version of success. Some people's version of success is to be a boss of a company. That's your success. Calm, that's cool. Some people's version of success is to provide for their family. I'm successful, I provide for my family. Like, everyone's version of success is different. Bro, I just want to be happy.
What's your version of success?
I just want to be happy, bro.
You know why that's so mad? And it's kind of scary that you're saying that.
Why?
Because that's genuinely the exact same.
Fam, I just want to be happy, bro.
No, but you know why that's so mad? That's so mad that you're saying that, you know.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what I expected you to say, because I was going to ask you and I was going to say what my version is, yeah. But I remember when I was younger, they asked us, you know, in your year 11 yearbooks, yeah? Yeah. Like, I'll put it up one day. You know them moments?
Yeah.
I'll put it up one day,
You got it stored there.
Yeah, like they said, where do you want to be in the next 5 years? And I said, happy, bro. Like, that's genuinely, because I feel like happiness and peace is something that's overrated, especially underrated even. Especially in today's day and age, like, bro, like, life isn't guaranteed, innit?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of them ones where, and we've seen it in the last 18 months, like, anything can just take a twist, like, completely that you wouldn't even expect it. Like, during the pandemic, do you know how many emotions, like, how many things we went through? Like, and I can't even imagine, like, what people went through when they were really dealing with it, lost loved ones and stuff like that. So in that moment, I was really thinking to myself, like, if I had in my mind the start of 2020, because I did to a certain extent, but I also knew, like, it might not go according to plan. Like, I had an idea of what I wanted my year to be and everything. Didn't go that way, obviously, because of COVID. But if I had in my mind, like, I'm going to do this, that, and it needs to be done by the end of the year, I could have been depressed, could have been in, like, a mad headspace. Like, it could have just turned toxic. But because prayer, having the right people around you, and also having my aim was to just be happy in those moments. Like, try to find the happiness. So being around family, like, do you know what I mean? I was around family. I was able to speak to friends, like, do you know what I mean? Knowing that they're good and that, like, that was good for me.
Bro, like, genuinely, yeah. I think happiness is the one thing that everyone is chasing. Really. Like, everybody wants money because they think it will make them happy. Really, the money is a means to an end. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might think, I want to be successful, I want to be financially secure, but why? It's because you think it will make you happier, right? So I genuinely believe that even though people probably think in the back of their head, I want this is my version of success, this is my version of being a boss, but what it is all there to do is to eventually find your happiness. Like, I do genuinely feel as if I do find happiness, yeah, then nothing else will actually matter. Money's not gonna matter. Like, social media is not gonna matter. How much money I have in the bank ain't gonna matter, because of the fact that I full well know if I lose everything tomorrow, I'm still gonna be happy. And at the end of the day, that's just the best place to be in. Like, there's nothing more that I admire than, like, you know, those people who just say, do you know what, forget this, I'm out, I'm gonna go live in the hills in Jamaica, or I'm just gonna go back to wherever, Ghana, just live in the village and be happy with myself and just do what I'm doing. Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand and appreciate the fact that people's versions of success can change based on whatever it is that they are told is success. Like, in school, you're kind of led to believe that in order to be successful, you have to go to uni, because to go to uni means that you're going to get the best jobs. And then when you get the best jobs, you're going to be happy.
They sucked us in on a mad one, though. Because, bro, even going uni, bro, you don't even get the jobs that you think you're gonna get after uni, and that, do you know what that does to people?
Yeah.
Like people that are studying thinking, oh, like when I finish uni, I'm gonna be able to get. Bro, I know people that are unemployed for like years on end after they graduated, and it's like, bro, I've got a degree. You're telling me I need experience, and I'm not gonna get that because I was in uni. I was in uni, and now I'm not gonna be able to. Like, it puts people in a mad headspace, man.
100%. Like, you've got architects who do 8-year courses. They come out at the end and they say, you ain't got enough experience, can't hire you. But how am I gonna get experience if you don't hire me? I don't know. You go get somewhere else and then come back, and then everyone is saying that same thing. It's mad, bro. Like, I feel like personally that's one of the best decisions I made, is not going to uni. And that's not to say that you shouldn't go to uni. Everybody has their journey. And I feel like with some professions, it's actually 100% necessary for you to go to uni. But I always knew that I wanted to do something in the media. I always knew that. And I always thought to myself, well, why would I not waste my time at uni? But I'd almost feel like for me to get my foot in the door early doors is more beneficial.
But media's in your heritage, isn't it?
It is in my heritage. But to be fair, not in this capacity. I'm the first to do it in this way. Do you know what I mean?
The first, yeah.
So it's kind of like there's no blueprint for me to follow. If I was going into advertising, I would have every like I'd have full nepotism on my side. Like, I don't know, man. There's so many things that I can look back on now and say, oh, do you know what? I didn't foresee that happening, but I'm so glad that it did. And again, people say, are you happy with where you are in your life? And that's a tough question to answer. Do you know what I mean? It's a very tough question to answer, because as much as I can sit here and say, yeah, I'm comfortable and happy with where I am right now, there's also certain things that I would say, oh, I wish I could rub that out, and that didn't happen. But then that's counterproductive, because everything that I've been through has led me to where I am right now, and I'm quite happy with where I am. I'm content. So who am I to say I shouldn't have gone through that? That's shaped the person I am now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it is. That's why it's interesting, because it's like, because I went to uni, and I wouldn't say the degree was a waste, because it wasn't. And the people that I met, the experiences that I had was what I needed. Do you know what I mean? To form me, like, as an individual. But it's like, if I had studied media, what would have been different? Like, do you know what I mean? If I had known that I was going to enter this space, but would I have had the same hunger that I had when I came out of uni, knowing that I'm entering a new phase? Because I went into a whole new field without no experience, but I needed to, because I just wanted to entertain in some capacity. So it's like doing that, the hunger that I had, bro, the job's not getting paid, waking up 5:30 a.m, bro. There's some things that I look back on and I genuinely can't believe that I did it to be in this position. So it's like, okay, it all made sense. Like, it all made sense.
Did your parents ever look at you sideways for doing a law degree and then basically saying, forget law? Of
course, not sideways, but they were shocked, because obviously I'd studied law, and it was like, okay, we know what route you're going to go down. Worked in like a few companies after, insurance companies and that, and it wasn't bad. Like, the money was great. But it was the vibe. I didn't enjoy the vibe. The vibe wasn't me. Like, going into a pub talking about horses and that, bro. What am I talking about?
A question and everything.
Yeah, like question time and that. It's like, bro, I just don't. It wasn't my vibe, like, at all. And then I was like, what am I good at? Like, what do I enjoy doing? Like, I loved being on stage, or being like speaking to people and getting different sides out of them that people ain't seen, and being in front of a camera. Like, those are the things that I enjoyed, but I never knew it could be a job until I said, it's gonna have to be, because I can't do this. So I had to try and find other routes to try and make it happen. Made it happen to a certain extent. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm in the best position, but I'm in a position where I wouldn't have even imagined. Like, do you know what I mean? When people say, oh, like, I can't believe what you're doing and stuff like that, it's like, bro, I can't.
100%.
Like,
bro.
I can't even, like, sometimes it's just like, raw, like, I'm really doing this. We're really doing this pod. You know what I mean? Bro. Like, it's really something that I would never, like, if you told me when I was 16, this is where I'd be sitting right now,
bro,
I would have said, what the hell is a podcast, bro? Like, what the hell is content? Do you know what I mean? It's not even something that I've thought about. But like I said, God always has his plan and purpose for everyone. It's just about you listening, finding your purpose, but just also just not being sidetracked about what other people say, like, do you know what I mean, about
yeah.
what you should be on at certain times, and if you're not in this job at that time. Because I remember when I got into the first role, I was more happier that I was at least a graduate with a graduate job. And it's like, in that graduate job, yeah, I'm wearing a suit and tie, I'm taking a picture of the Shard every morning, but it meant nothing. It didn't give me any satisfaction of anything. I just felt like I was fitting in the idea of a law graduate.
It's conforming.
Yeah, and it was just like, that ain't real. Do you know what I mean? So as soon as I got out, that's when I found peace. I had an ultimatum at a time, and I'm not going to take it too tough because, like I said, my documentary about myself is going to be peak at a certain point. But I had a decision to make at a time, yeah, and it was deep. Like, it was literally, it would have been bread, bro.
Yeah.
Or going into this industry, and I chose that, and I weren't gonna get paid for the first, I think, 3 months.
Yeah.
Family, like, people looking at me like, "Are you sure?" and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but in my head,
you knew what you wanted to do.
I almost knew that this was gonna be a part of the story.
Yeah.
Because of where it was, and I was like, okay, cool. I was laughing it off, like, damn, like, you're offering me that, but I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But then it's like, ever since then, it's just been going, because I still got the mindset of wanting to become like the guy that I want to be, not with that much pressure, but obviously you always still got to have that pressure. Like, it's not a bad thing. We're not saying pressure's a bad thing, but it's the right pressure.
Bro, it goes back to, would you rather lock in to something that you know is going to make you a lot of money, but you know also is not going to bring you that much fulfillment, rather than going into something that is your passion that you can also monetize? Like, I think that's everyone's end goal, really, is to do their passion but monetize it. If you can ever be in a scenario where you're doing something that you love and it doesn't really feel like a job, you've won. You've won, regardless of what it is. If your passion is taking out the bins, being a bin man, if that's your passion, then you've won, bruv.
Yeah, word.
By doing that for a living. If your passion is turning on a camera, talking to your brethren about random topics, and you're getting paid for it, then you've won. You get what I'm saying to you? So nobody can ever define what your success is or what your success should be, because that's what their success is. You can't project your success onto somebody else. That's just, or your definition of success onto somebody else. That's just silly. And it's like, what you say is very true about really not knowing or not even being able to foresee the path, and then you end up getting on it, and it's literally like it's a winding path. Like, you can't see what's behind the next corner, but you just gotta trust where it's going. Do you know what I mean? And especially, like, sometimes I look at your journey, yeah, and genuinely it's mad, because I don't know why anyone even ever employed you. Like
word. No, but I was experienced, bro.
But that's my point. Like, why would you, even me? Why would anybody employ me? At the time, I'm 17. I've come out of doing my A levels. I've done badly. Yeah, as in, like, I didn't care. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I always thought to myself, I don't care what grade I get.
Yeah.
Like, I scraped by doing the bare minimum. And then I've come out thinking I'm just the least employable guy going, but I'm just gonna use face value, personality. Yeah, I'm a likable guy, so let me just try and run game on these little companies and then work my way in, and boom. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why does a guy with a law degree end up in what he's doing now? It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. It makes all the sense in the world. It's just about happiness, bro.
Yeah, everyone's journey is different, man. And I think the being a boss thing, sometimes I wouldn't say it's overrated, because obviously it has its perks, but you speak to those bosses that you know and see what they really go through, bro. Like 24s. Like,
it's a 7-day working week.
Like you can't shut off. You can't, like, and it's
your business
constant.
Is your life.
It's you.
Your
like, do you know what I mean? So like there's pros and cons to everything, but I think that in itself, and the stigma of being a boss and everyone trying to aim to be owners of everything, it's not for everyone.
I hear that. What on the flip side of that, what I also would say is, if you're doing something that you're really good at and you're getting paid to do it, right, and you know full well that you could make money yourself, right, and do it for yourself, then I would actually still urge you to take the leap of faith.
100.
Because at the end of the day, why would you? build money for a next company, knowing that you can build your own, right? Don't get me wrong, that comes with many failures, but I feel like failures are so necessary.
100%.
Because not only does it build character, but it also builds up like resilience to failure. The more that you get something wrong, it's like, okay, cool, but I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go again. We move. What's the next thing? Like, you just keep going. And the more that you become accustomed to not getting it right, you fine tune. Yeah, it's all trial and error. Life is just all trial and error. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the more that you're fine tuning your thing, eventually it's gonna bust. Pause.
Nah, word though. Word. Nah. I needed that chat actually.
I hear it still.
I needed that still, because sometimes you be questioning yourself, like, should I be doing, like, everyone always questions themselves, like, should I be doing more? Is there more? Like, sometimes, like, when I'm just doing, like, I'm just sitting there, I'll be thinking, I should be doing something to add to me. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes you don't have to. Like, and sometimes it's okay to be in a position that you're in, knowing that you've got aims, goals, and all these things, and that you'll be good, man.
100%.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you being serious throughout this conversation.
It's difficult, can't lie. There was a couple moments where I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Same, bro. There was some things that you were saying. I said, ooh, you looked like you was about to cry in some instances as well.
I don't think I've ever cried on camera.
Really?
Never.
Have I ever cried on camera?
You look that type. You look like the type.
At a wedding, maybe. Maybe my sister's wedding, I might have cried.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. I don't think crying's wrong.
Have I seen you cry?
No, that's not one thing you've seen still. You've never seen me cry.
Nah.
I don't really get, I'm not a crier. Like, I won't cry at like random things.
You cry at sad films?
No. The only thing that I've cried at.
You cried at Sons of Anarchy?
End of season 6. That was the only time that I shed a tear, bro. But I think I was slightly waved at the time. And I was, bro, it was emotional, bro. Anyone that's watched season 6, that last episode, they understand, fam. Jax, fam, he didn't deserve that. but damn, but yeah, no, there was a good topic still. I think I'm gonna watch it back and
you might cry watching it back.
Shut up, man. But yeah, we're on Spotify, YouTube, Google, Apple.
Everything,
iHeart, yeah, man.
Everything.
And make sure, even if you watch it on YouTube, go onto all those apps and subscribe. It all helps, you know what I mean? Trying to do this thing seriously, you 100%. Know what I mean? Gonna get some people up in here soon, but gotta pick and choose, right?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And yeah, good vibes only. On the Rocks podcast, we keep moving.
Boom.
Stop trying to be ill though, because your illness might shag us.
It's not gonna. Like, whatever happens, we're gonna blow. Pause.
That can't be